Fred, do something!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. Hope you had a good day today. That time again. We are playing games on Twitch again. Here to have a good time, my friend. Here we are once again. And hope you all had a good day today. As I think there we go. That's a little bit better. So anyway, I had an okay day today. Work was all right, kind of a slog, but it was all right, nice and even. Connected to the flow of things after having Friday off. Got some writing done today. Finished a Resident Evil story based on Resident Evil 4. Came up with an original concept creature for it to make it work. And then got like the next thing on my agenda was a Final Fantasy story, and I was like thinking, okay, how the hell do you make the concept of having Cloud and Zack, Yuffie, work? Because it does not work. It does not work in any conceptual way based on Final Fantasy Rebirth. It does not work. As I went through and looked up all the details of it, because Zack is in an alternate timeline. There's just a bit of an overlap, but they're not. Zack and Cloud are not in the same dimensional temporal space. Again, we're not going to get into temporal mechanics. I went on an entire tirade regarding that with Life is Strange Reunion. So you can't have them counter each other and meet Yuffie at the same place, same time. That does not work. As far as I know, Zack is still in his own dimensional pocket at the end of Rebirth. Again, I have not played that game yet, but again, looking at the research, none of that works. So the question is, what characters could Cloud and Zack logically meet will fall neatly into what is established canon? And it came down to a list of three people. Scarlet, who is a Shinra executive and would be able to travel to any location where Cloud and Zack would be, say, stationed or on leave at any given point in time during the Wutai War. Then you have the but then you have Jesse, who is actually older than Cloud and Zack, respectively, by about 2 years older than Cloud and a year older than Zack. Doable if they meet, leave from the Wutai War soldiers being rotated out and they end up at Costa del Sol. Actually, that works for Scarlet as well. And those are the only two that come to mind. There might be another character that works. It's not coming to me based on the research I have figured out. It's kind of one of those weird things. What does it matter? I do try to have some sort of like grounding into continuities and stuff, and and which is one of my big limitations as a writer. I do take on commission work is I do try if I can keep things as tight as possible to what's established canon. It makes things work. If I'm doing something like that's the version of it, I do want to like stay within that realm of possibility. I mean, there's some stuff where I can totally go off the rails on. Like I've been kicking around a thought experiment. Most of over the weekend, I have regarding the Mass Effect idea called the ED Imperium. Uh, which would be is like okay, the Reaper War was going so badly. ED comes up with the solutions like okay, got to guess have the technology, but the only way you can fight the Reaper's forces on equal ground is you kind of need these enhancements. We're talking Borg or Cybermen level type enhancements, so forth. Shepard will be like the first one to volunteer for such a thing. Is okay, we need these stuff. Okay, Shepard will be the first, and then other folks will follow suit. Jack, Miranda, Yara, Samara, Garrus, etc., etc. Straight on down the line, and even Arya will like this, like see, okay, like hey, it's got these new powers, like it's gonna threaten Omega. Arya will be down for it. So it's like, and unintentionally, Edie becomes like the a galactic imperator has like control over like 90% of the Milky Way galaxy. Now, how will Edie get 90% of that? Well, you have to remember in Mass Effect 3, like the state of like how wrecked it got. But one of the big factors in there is the fall of Thessia and like sorry, power base. Desperation of the Asari was says like, okay, we will happily. The egos of the Asari will say that they will go for the same cybernetic enhancements and everything else there. So that will give like that alone will give like a power like control over like 75 to 85% of the Milky Way galaxy as it's canonically established within uh the Mass Effect universe, because the Turian Empire, whatever it is you want to call it, is not that large. Either Quarians is just all ships, and then you have, I guess, basically isolationist. Krogan were in no position to do anything, and the Solarians don't really have a major military fleet presence either. So it's so it ended up being quite nuts. And long story short, the overarching concept it is like as each member of like Edie's council like passes away, so like the human characters and then the Turian, uh, like she like absorbs like whatever like consciousness, neural link, hive mind that is created. She takes particular traits, with the last one being by sheer will, even though she is technically one of the older characters among the Asari, will be Arya. And the concept I come up with is that whatever character that whose consciousness or that Edie takes in, whoever is the last one becomes the dominant personality, dominant traits on top of everything else. So this the concept I have is like Edie Omega. This is like so it's like imagine Edie as a galactic imperial empire. Ouch, Blue Jays. What happened to the Blue Jay striker? So, but as I said, imagine Edie as a galactic emperor, empress, creator, what have you, and but with Arya's attitude, like, like I really should write all that down. Oh, the Dodgers are spanking them 13-1. I just look 14-1. Oof, no. Somewhere, Iceman is mildly annoyed. As the Phillies are going to be facing the San Francisco Giants this evening. But speaking of things, we will be resuming Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor this evening. That is tonight's featured content. And now they got swept by the White Sox in the weekend too. Ooh, well, oof, oof, that can't be good. So you'll be at the Angels' next 2 games. Where at? Angels facing the Diamondbacks. I'm just trying to think because you're in at the 17th. You'll be at the Angels again. So so you're rolling up into Anaheim. That's right. Because I forget that you're not too far away from them. Like logistically speaking. Yeah, like 3 or 4 hours. So it's a drive. Oh, 17th they play the Padres at home. Ah, you get to see Nick Castellanos pop out or strike out. All right, shunting challenge. Shunt trucks in the correct order at Knapfoot Station. As Mike Trout 400th home run bobblehead giveaway. Sweet.
Welcome to the Shunting Challenge. As you can see, these trucks are all out of order and need to be put back into their proper places. You should try to get the truck shunted in as few moves as possible to increase your score.
Ah. Getting it for my sister since she can't go. That's nice of you, Striker. All right. Wow. You can derail.
Welcome to the Shunting Challenge.
So we learned that much,
see,
yes.
These
You
trucks
can
are all
derail
out of
the
order
train.
and need to be put back into their proper places. You should try to get the truck shunted in as few moves as possible to increase your score.
All right. We're there. No, we want this one to be left. Okay. So we know I take this to the left there. Alrighty. That's coming down there, so we need this back to if okay, what is this? Trying to figure it out here. The question is, that's 5 and 6. Can you... That's what we need. So we need to get rid of... Alright, so we take this up a ways. Like past this one, and then we can like back them up all the way down. That's kind of like the big thing to do, is to get the obstructions out of the way. big thing here. We want back up a ways. Back that up. Come out here. That should put us there. All right, in we go. I thought this was going to be like just there'll be a story, not an actual challenge. What we need to do is get over two tracks. Where's the junction switch? Because we need to get on this one here. Out we go. All right, working it out. The reason why you go slowly, because you don't want to derail. Yeah, that's just it. It looks like 5 and 6 are not in the right order when you're looking at them at a distance. Once you get past this point, hop back in, cab door. That brings us back down this way. So that should give us a straight path there. It didn't say to complete the challenge. It didn't say nothing about doing it quickly. Again, we're taking a very cautious approach here. And what we're doing is also here keeping an eye on the rails. Right. Stepping up. It's like the choo-choos. But at this point, that should lead straight. need the one for this rail. Actually down there. Okay, cool. Cool. Want to make sure you have be at the right speed there. We can go a little bit faster. All right, neat stop there. Out we go. Now the question is, we got this one lined up correctly. No, we don't. We need to... That should be trade. There we go. We just push it on back there. It's like we gotta take it kind of cool there as the Dodgers kick the shit out of the Blue Jays 14-2. Okay. Okay, so now question is off of this track here. How the heck we get this track and that'll be that's the one we gotta use. This one. This one. All right, open the thing. That rates at that. is eight. All right. So we need to make sure we're going off of the that one curve. That should be straight ahead. We go back. All right, that should be the proper alignment. And the short answer to that was nope. Was not. Because if you're looking at it this way. Okay, there we go. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Question is, how do we want to do? So we can take these ones go forward with them up 2 bends. Past that switch. All the way past this switch. Because what we can do is this, we can keep this one, we can just plug on the other one. Alright, let's back it up. Right? We need this one. We already passed that point. Flip that switch. Right, prepare to go in reverse. So again, we're shunting cars, putting them in the correct order. Like, back it up! Back that ass up! All right. Again. Take this one. Then we gotta pass this one here. Open the cat. Go on one door, then the other. All right. Back it up. Nice and easy. All right, that's another one. Shunt it that way. Back into the cab we go. Now, if it turns out we gotta haul him and shunt him somewhere else, I'm gonna be annoyed. But we're getting it done. That is clearly a fast way to do this. But we are not taking the fast way. We're taking it the leisure way. Now, if it turns out it's supposed to be the reverse order of these things, I'm going to be a bit miffed. Because the order of the cars is not making sense. I'm gonna get to past this point. Rolling back at 5 miles an hour. See, what throws it off is like that 6 is so prominent. It always has me thinking that we put them in the wrong order. Now, what we need to do is get rid of these 2 cars, what we don't need. So we can push these ones. So if we have to put them in a reverse order or a specific order, we at least are going to have the room to maneuver them a bit. In we go. Like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it goes from like what will be behind Thomas straight on down the line. We need to get past that point. Jump in. There we go.
Well done. You managed to shunt the trucks into the correct order.
Like we did it. Why didn't we get the achievement? Complete this story of Shunting Showdown. Oh, Shunting. It's a wait. So is it a challenge we are don't? Oh, is that a challenge we absolutely need to do? Complete through all three shunting puzzles. Right. Right. So like I had me thinking like, okay, yeah. So there is an achievement. Well, we got one done.
Shunting Showdown. One morning, Thomas was shunting trucks in the yard when Diesel arrived.
Hey, look, it's Big Daddy Cool.
Oh, look, it's that little blue tank engine getting in the way. You really need to learn how to shunt trucks properly, Thomas. And I doubt you are as good at shunting as me, the best shunter on Sodor.
Oh, I shot the shunt up.
Not only am I as good as you, huffed Thomas, I'm better. No, you're not. Yes, I am.
But this is escalating quickly.
Not. Am.
Just then, Emily arrived with some trucks and overheard the two engines arguing. What's going on here?
Diesel was being rude and was claiming he was the best shunter on Sodor,
Said Thomas.
But I am the best shunter, interrupted Diesel. Tell you what, if you want to see who's truly the best, then perhaps we should have a competition to see which engine is the better shunter. That sounds like a great idea.
This escalated
What
quickly.
do you think, Thomas? Okay, Diesel, said Thomas. What are the rules? The first engine to get their line of trucks shunted into the correct order will be the winner. Sounds good to me. Let's get started. Is everyone ready to begin? 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah. Wait. That's what we do. We need that room. Wait. Yeah, because you constantly gotta get in and out of the damn. We went all the way to this one. I want to know where he's putting them at. we can actually put this one somewhere else. For now. Jump out of the cab. We're on that track. It should put us back onto this one, hopefully. We're continuing to truck along here. Hey, Fizzer. How's it going, sir? We're probably going to lose this challenge. How was Creators After Dark? I know little Puck was there, dressed as Demona. Only reason why I know that because I saw some photos on some other creators that were also there. Give Fizzer the shout out there for who should be returning this action on the same Fizzer channel at their usual times. Got to see her script writing class, but I didn't get the time to see her. Wonderful. Like if it was a fact, it's like going down. I don't like to travel. Likely tomorrow, but yes. But hopefully you have fun. You made some contacts and such. I just realized how badly I screwed this up. All right, can we? Some high school D&D cosplayers, believe it or not. I can't believe it. Simple, actually, that accounted for a good chunk of cosplays ranging from people. Easy cosplays for at least busty, for more busty performance and whatnot. Leotard, dark leotard, great skin, gothic look. So is that the approach I need to take with it? Good amount of cheek hanging out. And there you go. We're gonna learn something. We're gonna learn if something is even possible here with this. Okay. Thomas can sandwich with things in between. Good to know. With that said, oddly enough, this game does do certain things canonically, but even I'm not sure on some of it. Like I don't know the actual lore because it is. It's actually a proper train simulator. Hell, I learned you could actually derail Thomas outright. What we want to do is get back far enough past that switch there. So we can switch. Where the hell is Diesel? That might be more fun than this. Yeah, but this one's story related. And not to mention, it is a fair challenge. Like, because I got 5 and 4 already there. You will lose your mind. Oh, come on, Fizzer. You could do it. You want to talk about losing your mind? Look at things from my perspective. I just realized somebody wanted a Zack Fair, Cloud Strife, and Yuffie Kisaragi fic written. And then I figured out, then I realized, wait a minute, there ain't no way for that to actually work. And not just because it's canon breaking to an absurd degree. Reverse. Now, my biggest thing is remembering the various the 2 and 3. So we gotta get in front. Gotta get in front of one train. And someone up for the house. So okay, Zack Fair canonically dies before the events of the original Final Fantasy VII. However, canonically, he meets Yuffie when she is age 9 during the Wutai War. Cloud is also around during the Wutai War, but he is not in the same place as Zack. Thus, to have them like meet during the Wutai War outright is a huge no-no. Like a huge no-no. Like, as it says, what's between the numbers 8 and 10? There you go. So yeah, so that does not work. Now, the elements of Final Fantasy Rebirth, because I got spoiled trying to wrap my head around the logic or all of this. Like Zack is technically alive, but in an alternate parallel timeline. In Rebirth there is like overlap. Now, from the as I can tell, there is nothing in Rebirth. There is nothing from what I've read indicates that that there's like a full-on crossover there. Whereas, like, okay, the timelines get merged. There's another rant I can easily go on, but we all know how I feel about temporal mechanics. So you have that entire conundrum there. So it can't take place during Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, then there's like, okay, so it has to take place before Zack is killed or the timeline split. As far as Cloud is concerned, Zack is dead, and as far as Zack is concerned, Cloud is basically comatose and unconscious. There's kind of like a two canon things going on. So, but there's nowhere where they could. So for it to possibly work, where you can put Cloud and Zack in the same place at the same time. It has to be before Final Fantasy VII Remake or the original Final Fantasy VII, where Zack is alive, where it can be logically make sense. Okay, so during the Wutai War, which already negates Yuffie, and the only way that Cloud and Zack can be in the same place is if they are on like leave, soldier, military rotation, out of combat zones, what have you, reassignments, redeployments, what have you. So they're on leave somewhere. And there's only a handful of characters that canonically, timeline wise, and and that kind of like match up. Characters like Scarlet, to some extent Jessie Raspberry, because she's actually older than them, and so canonically I could place them in the same place, same time. There was a member of the Turks that kind of lines up correctly. And then there's two real other like deep cut characters that will kind of work out, but hardly even Final Fantasy fans know of some of these even like deep cut characters that I found. It's like I actually do the research into a lot of the stuff that I write. It's like I deep dive to make sure something is possible. Long story short, went back to says like, nope, this is a no because I can't make it work with the timelines. And even though alternate universe, well, it's a story. You can do whatever you want with it. Have you met the Final Fantasy VII fandom community? Have you met these people? You want to talk about some of the most psychotic individuals around? It's like, they're not as bad as the Harry Potter crew, but they're right up there. They take it seriously. Okay, so did I? No, I did not jump out of. Yeah. I got.
And the winner
Oh, good.
is
Diesel wins.
Diesel. Well done. I win. I knew I was the best shunter on Sodor. Diesels are revolutionary. Well done, Diesel.
The sarcastic
You may have
look.
beaten me this time, but I'm sure if we try again, I can win next time.
Shut the fuck up, Nash. Oh, you wait. You actually have to win. Ah. Well, shit. Well, well, that ain't gonna happen. And don't get me wrong here, because an achievement should have popped. Let me actually see something here. An achievement actually should have popped for that. Because we lost the race against Birdie. One of the like early because some of the stories that was recreated for this game, I actually remember from when I watched Shining Time Station as a kid. And it's like, okay, Thomas, I could have sworn like Thomas won the race against Birdie because Birdie crashed. But in here, it was like we lost outright. It's like, and it allowed us to progress. You're on a time limit there. It is worth 40 points and can be for completing the story. So somebody has done it. So again, it's possible, but you got to be quick. One has to be real quick with it, and I put it mildly, I am not quick. So you know what? We shall forgo that. In fact, we will.
Leaves. One morning, two men were cleaning Gordon after he had acted rather foolishly and ended up rolling off the turntable and into a muddy ditch.
How did he do that?
Mind my eyes.
Well, there's DLC will compensate.
Gordon. Have you ever seen so much mud? Said one of the cleaners. No, I haven't, said the other. You ought to be ashamed, Gordon, letting yourself get so dirty. But, thought Gordon, I don't have time to worry about my appearance like some engines do.
Gordon got pride. He's an
The
express
howling and
train.
scrubbing suddenly stopped. Gordon opened his eyes, but quickly closed them again when he saw who was standing in front of him.
Who was in front of him?
Wake up, Gordon, said Sir Topham Hatt, and listen to me. Given your recent behavior, I've decided that you will pull no more coaches until you prove to me that you can be a really useful engine.
Damn, Gordon getting schooled.
Perhaps pulling trucks for a while will teach you a lesson. Yes, sir, said Gordon quietly. So Gordon had to spend his time pulling and pushing trucks.
Please don't tell me this is yet another shunting one. It's like, no more shunting. And again, this is a game aimed at a younger audience, and you got those shunting those like, yeah, ooh, no.
Goods trains, he muttered. Oh, the shame of it. And he bumped the trucks again. Oh, cried the trucks as he shunted them around the yard.
There's the whole game of shunting.
James was standing nearby watching him. Trucks will be trucks, he said.
Let's all just remember, there's only one female
Gordon.
train in
I'll
this.
teach them. They tried to push me down the hill this morning.
I was out of trouble, though.
It's slippery there, so you'll probably need help. I don't need help on hills, huffed James. Gordon laughed and headed off to get ready for his next goods train. Come on, James, said his driver. It's almost time for the express. And with that, James puffed away to collect his waiting coaches.
All right.
The guard soon blew his whistle and James puffed away. Come on, he puffed to the coaches.
Think about it. They're puffing away holds... Oh, that's a big train. Can be taken a few different ways. Gotta pull out the station. By the way, this game we're in an ad break. Well, we can go a little bit faster. We're picking up the momentum. Alright, we can go faster. We're picking up speed!
The train was soon running nicely, and James began to feel confident. Slippery hills indeed. I don't need help, he puffed.
We're going faster. We're topping out at 50 miles an hour. It is the... Oh, it's dark in here. Who turned out the damn lights? Oh, you see a light? Walk towards it. Look at that wheel spin. Speed and power. Without the coaches, James can go 120 up to 125 miles an hour. But with the coaches, his speed is kind of nerfed. Look at that. No shunting. Just cut it. And his driver get flung from the engine like a ragdoll if he crashed? I'm not sure, but I just know when we derailed as Thomas in the first shunting thing we did today, Thomas went off the track outright. You know what someone should do? Someone should do a mod of this, replace the faces of the engines with the Macho Man Randy Savage. Every time you blow the whistle, it goes, ooh yeah! That's that kind of cool effect there with the two trains passing like that. That will make for a more enjoyable experience. I don't know, like the main story stuff was like doing the actual stories. I enjoyed a lot. Well, on Saturday we did like the majority of the like the standard stories, where it's like okay, get from point A to point B, certain things like that. No, those were enjoyable. Like if you just driving the train, you got a bit of a free camera here, so you can get some different angles and such. We're going to need to start slowing down a bit. I know the limit over there is going to be like 20. That's what the little like prohibit sign is, because you got to be below a certain speed or something for that matter. So if you get close enough, you don't have to stop if you're at the right speed. Let's get the camera back here. Okay, everybody admire the scenery. That clearly looks like it was taken from, I know, it looked like it was taken from Forza Horizon 4, which is the one that is set in the UK. Scotland in particular. There's a lot of the hillsides. There is a bit of a train element in that game too. So what else did you do? So what else happened during the Creators After Dark, Fizzer? Like I said, I only saw pictures and stuff. Like from those who posted some things. I think it was Korg, the Orc, or something that posted some stuff. Hence how I knew it was like a little puck was there. Awesome songs, yeah. Like, you have an idea of who I follow. Like, they're really gonna have me come to a full. Oh no, we actually got Korean barbecue with Spicy Mancer. I don't know Spicy Mancer. Alright. mean to tell me we can come barreling through here at 70 miles per hour if you're on the center track? So among the people I met, I got to meet Jessica Nigri. Oh, please tell me Sonico was brought up. I can look it up. Like folks I interact with on the regular. He was wonderful. Yes. About macaroons. Wonderful. No, not macaroons.
James soon arrived at the next station.
A
He was
Karen.
feeling very pleased with himself.
Oh, I misread
But he
it.
kept thinking about what Gordon had said. I'll show Gordon who needs help on hills, he said to himself.
Like, phrasing, Fred is like, Fred, learn to read. Like, I read. But folks I interact with on the regular, like Drace Domino,
But soon, James reached the bottom of the hill.
I shoot the
Strong
breeze
winds from
with
the sea made the hill
every now
hard
and
to
then.
climb.
I
Leaves
exchanged some
fallen from the
pleasantries with
nearby trees were
like
now
some
covering the
Nidoran
road.
Duran,
And the recent rainfall
which is
meant
always
that
a
they
fun
were
name to
too
say out
heavy
loud.
To be blown away by the wind.
Dax G 2001 is someone I've known for years.
I'll do it, he puffed. But his wheels slipped on the leaves. I must do it. I must do it, he panted.
Oh, there's gonna be a crash.
But try as he might, his wheels kept on slipping.
Dax
and he
G
couldn't pull the train
2001
at
is
all.
probably best known for a lot of wrestling
Help,
fix, kind of like how I
cried
was.
James. His wheels were
Like,
turning forwards.
Very
but the heavy
detailed
coaches
work. He does
pulled
lot.
them
He does
backwards.
stuff occasionally with
And
my former
soon
co-writer
the whole
Christy.
train started slipping down the hill.
Mainly because their schedules line up a lot better
James's
than
driver applied
than
the
hers and
brakes,
mine does.
Then going carefully, reversed the train back down the hill, and they headed back to the station.
James's pride was wounded. Leaves. There were no leaves here. What?
When they arrived, they found Gordon waiting, who had seen everything.
Oh, Gordon's going to be smug about this.
I thought you said you could climb hills, he chuckled. James didn't answer. He had no steam left to say anything.
Quite literally.
Ah, well, we live and learn, said Gordon. Never mind, little James. I'm going to push from behind. Whistle when you're ready.
Oh, wow. It actually switches to... Wait. Hold up. Oh, we gotta go backwards. Well, that's neat. Yeah. Problem is when it says like, okay, wait, we gotta go. I don't think they put us behind them. No, you gotta get behind them. So get to the shunting. But this is gonna, wow, this is gonna be tough to see. Because the 1, 2, 3, 4 cars plus James. This I don't mind, because it should. Again, the lore is here. The lore is accurate. Because it starts you. No, because I went forward without seeing exactly where I needed to be. Wait for a moment. Now. Because if you go back and look at the actual stories, like the original episodes themselves, so you end up, or at least in the stories within this game, you end up basically redoing everything. And at the very least, on the main lines, you're not shunting. You are, it's like, you're not shunting manually. Like, you get into the quarries and like the train yards and stuff, that stuff has to be done manually. This? Oh, we're just chilling out here. Now the speed may be slow at 5 miles an hour, but there is a reason for it. This makes coupling easier. And speaking of coupling, trying to come up with something, or an original creature to fit the vibe of Resident Evil 4.
I'm ready, called James. So am I, replied Gordon. Pull hard.
Phrasing!
We'll do it,
puffed James.
Like he's pulling and puffing. That's just no, out of context here. This was for another story I wrote today for someone. Ended up only being like a $25 one, but Resident Evil 4 does not have like a Mr. X or a Nemesis type enemy. It does not have like that type of pursuer. So the wheels in my head got turning. I've opened the file of what I came up with. Came up with it like when did I come up with it? Would have been like either Saturday night into Sunday. I would have came up with this. El Monje Alto, aka the Tall Monk. So, from a perspective standpoint, it'll be a massive, towering humanoid created by the Los Emuliandos as a mobile enforcer, a ritual guardian meant to retrieve escaped sacrifices and protect sacred sites. Unlike Mr. X, which was a case of bioengineering, the monk is a fusion of brute strings, parasite control, and religious symbolism. Again, this is the stuff that came out of my head. Basically, because if you're going to run a cult, you're going to need some proper muscle. So the monk is not a lab creation; it's a walking sermon, a silent sermon. It's a mute. So visually, overall, and the backstory I have for it too, because keeping it within like the whole Plagalore of RE4 is that Sattler has one really devout guy in that cult who basically volunteered to be ascended. No, there's but this is the thing though. One could argue that every single thing in Resident Evil 4 is the Exis Nemesis type, because they're all pursuing Ashley, they're all pursuing Leon. Like they're all going after him to that degree, but there's not one big dude. So the rough idea here is that the monk is like 7.5 to 8 feet tall. We're talking broad shoulders, thick limbs, built like a damn stone pillar. Like would have like a heavy monk's habit, like hood up to hide its face, like an iron mask covering the face, something to that degree. Shoulder guards, boots. Like if I could find someone to draw the damn thing, I would. If I have the extra funds for it. So, but the thing is, though, it would not. It essentially it would go after Leon or Ashley, whichever is nearer. It will always be drawn to like whoever is near Leon, Ashley, and Ada, because I forget Ada is also on its agenda to be sacrificed or it's a prisoner infiltrating the religious areas. So and I thought about it in terms of like gameplay. That it would be like where you will need like the first encounter you just barely survive it. The second encounter you need Ashley's help to distract it so you can get an advantage on it. But you also got to protect Ashley. You can't let it get too close to Ashley, otherwise game over. And then like the third final encounter, you got Ada, so you basically like luring it from one to the other. Like Ada lures it away from you if it gets too close, so from Leon and so forth. So these were like some of the things I like. Again, some of the things I thought up. It's like yes, I can come. I can be creative to that degree. I can come up with stuff. It's like unique concepts. Because hell, damn it, if Mr. X got brought back for Resident Evil 9, like if it got brought back for Resident Evil 9, it would make sense. Okay, so I need the exterior shot here. Now that's a visual there. That's a long train. Wasn't that the whole point of the remake? To actually add stuff in? New concepts? It's a remake, not a remaster, it's a remake! I mean, if you're gonna remake something, make the bold changes. Throw a giant shark in the middle of a lake or something.
Clouds of smoke and steam towered from the snorting engines as they struggled up the hill. We can do it, Puff James.
We will do
Yes.
it, Puff Gordon.
Finally, the two engines reached the top.
Wait a second. If they reach the top,
We've done it. We've done it.
there's only one way to go. Down.
Two weary engines were puffed out, but they continued onwards to the next station.
Like, yeah, because wasn't Ada's original outfit in the original Resident Evil 4 like a dress? A dress and heels? It's like, but they give her something more fitting in the remake. That's the remake. We got a problem. We're picking up speed. We're approaching 70. Slam the brakes! Slam the brakes! Where is? Okay, it's there. Like we would have just barreled through this station if we didn't stop the momentum going. Who put the station that close to the end, to the bottom of a hill?
And it wasn't long before they arrived.
No kidding. They set a new
Thank
speed
you,
record
Gordon.
going down that hill.
Whistled James. Gordon whistled goodbye as he watched James puff away. Then slowly, he trundled back to his waiting trucks.
Total time, 24 minutes and change, 7.5 miles. Next scenario. Jack Frost. What does Michael Keaton have to do with this?
Jack Frost. One evening,
There's
Sir Topham Hatt
there's
came
a
to the
reference
sheds.
for anybody for not a
"There's
good
big
movie,
freeze
but
coming tonight," he said. "James and Percy, I need you to deliver extra coal to the stations." "Yes, sir," they said eagerly, and Sir Topham Hatt walked away. "You better hurry," teased Thomas, "or scary Jack Frost might get you."
which Jack
"Who's
Frost
Jack
would that
Frost?"
be?
Percy said nervously.
Martin Short in like the third in one of those Santa Claus movies?
"Don't be silly," sniffed James. "Jack Frost is not scary." "Yes, he is," teased Thomas. "He's all white with a big spiky face."
Oh, the horror movie
"Rubbish,"
one.
said James. James knew Jack Frost wasn't scary, but poor Percy wasn't so sure.
You know what? There's also think like there's Santa Claus. It's like, which Santa Claus do you think of? Well, there's the Goldberg one.
Later that night, James had collected his coal trucks and set off to make his deliveries. "Silly Percy," he thought. "All steamed up over Jack Frost. The sooner we get this coal delivered, the sooner I can get back to my nice warm shed."
A nice warm shed wood. Ain't so many similarly named movies. Some not so similarly same, but but similar concept. I mean, what are the odds that in between 1990 and 1993 that there would have been like two Robin Hood movies with very similar plots? That both end with King Richard kissing the bride because it's his duty and his royal right. Because after all, good to be the king. Long way ago for Robin Hood Prince of Thieves and Men in Tights reference. I wonder, is like we're having, yeah, because we're having to go uphill and it's snowy. Yeah, but at least one doesn't make me wonder how Kevin Costner keeps getting work. As long as he's not having to do, like, if he's doing like a traditional, like almost like American stereotype roles, I don't mind Costner. Because I'm one of those few people that actually like that movie, The Postman. Because, and this is absolutely true. I heard for nothing for years of how horrible that movie was. And then I sat down and watched it. It was like, this isn't bad, because you know what The Postman basically is? It's freaking Fallout. Talking about it once on stream, but Prince reminds me too much of Men in Tights that it makes me want to watch Men in Tights instead. Yes, because with Men in Tights, you actually get, you know, some comeuppance to the villains at certain points in the story. I want to actually get a screenshot. Take a. James looking high as hell. You know what? Again, in terms of pure atmosphere, this game goes a bit above and beyond, far more than what it needs to. So visually, this is what a wasted train. It's like, but visually with the fog and the lighting effects, because this is the first time I'm seeing anything in this game where it's like it's set at a night setting. Everything else has been set during daytime. So the lighting and everything actually is catching me by surprise. But you want to take yourself out for a trip? The melody for the Men in Tights song, you know, we're men in tights, roam around the forest looking for fights, that tune. Do you know what that song originally was? As it appears, the melody appears in another Mel Brooks film, at the end of another Mel Brooks film. Used in Space, there you go. How many people know that? Which, when you think about it, in terms of Mel Brooks' films, all the things that appear at the end of History of the World Part 2, Part 1, we actually got Jews in space. Baseballs. See, it's all connected. I say Hitler on Ice was kind of covered with the producers. Okay, we'll sit there at 48 miles an hour. No, the second time he did the producers. Oh, he put that in the musical or the film adaptation? On sheer principle, I didn't watch the Matthew Broderick version. Ah, like we can say it. No worries, Fizz. I saw what you said. Like, it's dark in here. I didn't watch the remake because I saw the Broadway version. Ah. Watching the original producers felt like it was acting. It was lacking something. Gene Wilder's manic energy. And I'm sorry, it's like if you're gonna do a remake of something, you can't really replace Gene Wilder with Matthew Broderick. We still in this damn tunnel? I can't see with a dam at the moment. This is what it's like in an actual train car. Like trying to peer through the little vent there that is not ideal. I know, and I took a train last time. I took a train from like DC up to Philly and back when during my failed military stint. So it was like, and I was lucky to be at Fort Belvoir down in Virginia, which is like in striking distance of DC. So it was like, this made sense to take a train, especially, you know, coming off of 9/11 and the nightmare of just traveling by plane. If this game is missing one thing, is like it could have used like some sort of ambient like music soundtrack to complement the chugging of the train wheels. Well, what you gonna do? I am stunned with how actually gorgeous this game actually looks with a nighttime setting, with a snowy setting, instead of the bright, sunny day vibe. Again, visually, this game does well, and there is like a 4K. If you know, it does have a graphic setting for like 4K television, so for those with that, catch it on sale for 4K graphical hardware for your computers. It's new. It just came out. It basically came out of nowhere about a month ago. Less than a month ago.
We've reached our first stop. Let's drop off some of the coal trucks.
Oh, thank goodness they're not making...
Delivery complete. So let's head to our next stop.
Oh, thank goodness we don't have to get out of the damn... We chugging along. Cows. It's like we move. Got some serious miles. Well, we're chugging. It looks like we're still like a little over. Still a good ways away. How far away are we from it? Answer is Betty. Very far away. Wait, tell me to slow down and then you tell me to speed up. Which is it? Make up your mind, and welcome back from the ad breaks, folks. As they move you along here. I get it, you want this. It's snowy, but we gotta roll into the station. We gotta roll on in over the snowy hills. Yeah, telling me I can ramp it up to 50 does not really make sense here, considering we have to stop in like 100 yards. The funny thing about the train sounds in this game, it sounds like me when I run. You know, all the heavy huffing and puffing.
Here's our next station. Let's drop off some more coal. That's another delivery complete. Hopefully, all this coal is enough to keep the passengers nice and warm
We kind of
during
hope
this
so,
cold weather.
as we're expecting temperatures to
I'm just
drop
glad that
down
I
in the
have my
30s.
firebox to keep me from getting too cold.
Can you believe it? We're in the first full week of April. Well, second week of April. Second. And once again, the temperatures are going to plummet down to below freezing. What the actual fuck? Yes, Miss Texas read already. Can you remember? You can get up into triple digits. Remember? And the Korean barbecue. I did have me some nice barbecue. Matter of fact, I came across like a new cheesesteak spot over in Merchantville. I say new, it was new to me. Like a bit overpriced, but they give me like some of the fattest cheesesteaks I've ever seen. I'm talking the type of cheesesteak that actually requires you to need multiple napkins. 5 for the mouth, 6 for your hands. That's how greasy. Well, it's like they pack a lot of meat and onions and lettuce and stuff into it, so I can't complain too much. Now I want some. I'm trying to think. Is there a Korean barbecue place near me? Because I might just try that tomorrow or later this week. Something new, something exciting. And of course, the plan was this week to do a lot more Thomas and Friends stuff. Might have to hunt one down, but God help me, I'm not eating alone. Yeah, I just have to suck stuff delivered. Me in public? Are you insane? I mean, I know where to find some good Spanish food around my way. Oh, yes. Hey, I played Persona 5. I know all about the hot pot. And the fact that it's basically just glorified cup noodles, but still. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I appreciate that wheel spin. Because we're trying to move. Well, that's good happen. No, I'm getting a slight appreciation for someone like the speed line or subway car drivers or metro rails, depending on one's preferred terminology. For having, being able to speed up and then slow down the vehicle. Speed it up, slow it down. But of course, The big thing with Thomas and Friends as a game being featuring, it's kind of like our bridge to Hades 2, which finally hits like Xbox and PlayStation consoles after a year. So like of a year of anticipation. Like it's been out on the Switch and PC for over a year, but it finally getting the console release. So I'm looking forward to that next week. We might not stick with Thomas all the way through to the week, so we might end up doing a few. Also, this Saturday is the Sonic Racing. Oh, we need a little bit more speed here. That'll take forever to get there. There's a festival event, I believe, this weekend. A new character will be coming to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. We'll probably pair that with some Overwatch on Saturday.
We finally reached our last delivery, so let's drop off
That's right.
all the remaining trucks.
Here's the thing, the
All
beat
of the
Hades
cold
won.
Now I can get back to my nice warm shed. And with that,
There is
James
the
puffed back towards
you got the
Tigmus
10
Sheds.
victories needed to get Persephone to come back home. Didn't you have to going through it and get like all of the Olympians to come down for a family party?
Meanwhile, Percy was making his last delivery. Jack Frost is not scary. Jack Frost is not scary. Jack Frost is not scary.
So once you start figuring out like what you there's a lot of work. Like one of the mistakes I made with Hades is that I did not do all of it on stream. I wish I did. But it is a game that is worth it, especially once you start figuring out, if you got the God mode turned on, and then you start figuring out, because where you get stronger with every time you die up to a certain point, you can and you start realizing what weapons and stuff you want to do, the penance packs, the penalties, which adds some a lot of variants of boss fights and things. And then realize, oh shoot, you get like the right perks and things, and you realize what boons you want. Like, I went with always hoping to get certain boons from Artemis, Athena, Dionysus, and if you can get the defensive boons from Athena, that basically helps in terms of your survivability. But once you get familiar with unlock all the weapons and get into a groove, it is possible to complete runs in about 15 minutes. I'll have to look and see what some of my fastest times were. But there's not to mention story potential. You got Zag and Thanatos, Zag and Dusa. It's like, what do you mean Zag and Dusa? All she is a head. Well, guess what she can give you? Parapa. Zagreus and Megaria and her sisters, or is each sister one by one? The other two sisters, one is purely deranged. Nusa is adorable. But there is so much lore in that game. All the stuff to unlock, all the things you got to go through to get the ambrosias, to make improving your relationship with some of the various gods and characters better. Percy is not as realized. Percy does not have good brakes. Look, we came down to a full stop. We skid for like how far? Nope. No, like James is quick and has good brakes because he's basically an express train, but not as powerful as Gordon. Gordon is an express train, like meant for like hauling things, and is one of the fastest. Emily, kind of like a smaller express train style, but also quick. Diesel, well, you met Nash. He's a shunter, and we don't want to talk about shunting no more. Oh no, wait a sec. I said we were going to shove like the Sonic Racing crossbow events onto Thursdays. Oh, need to double check that. Like, or at least for those festival events. Like, have an easier time. Maybe you get like people wanting to try and win multiple races in a row. But Thomas is not a particularly powerful train either. He's a little train that could. He think he can. And he's a smug little bastard too. He plays a prank on Gordon. Gordon hits him. How does Gordon get him back? By dragging Thomas's little ass all over the damn island. Granted, on the rails, but it does kind of it does raise questions about how the hell are these trains alive with the faces and stuff? Okay, we got the brakes on. Stop!
Percy soon made his last delivery. The station master was very pleased to see him.
Was he? You hardly know
he
it.
Cried. We need twice as much coal to last through this freeze. Don't worry, Percy said. This is my last stop. You can have mine. My lovely warm firebox will keep me nice and cozy. so Percy's driver parked him on a siding with only a lantern for company. "Do you think Scary Jack Frost will find me?" said Percy.
Percy's being left alone in the dark with just a
"Jack
lantern.
Frost is not scary," chuckled his driver. "And don't worry, Emily will bring you some more coal in the morning." And then his driver and fireman went home to bed. Late that night,
What the hell?
icy wind
He's buried in
howled.
the snow.
It started to snow, and Percy's fire had almost gone out. Soon Percy's face was so cold, an icicle hung from his nose. "Oh, bother!"
Oh
stuttered Percy.
boy.
But it didn't
James is
sound
going to
like
get
Percy.
derailed, isn't he?
It was so cold, he could hardly make a sound. The next morning, Emily arrived with plenty of coal for Percy.
Yes, his nose?
"Oh my," she said. "It looks like Jack Frost really got you then." Soon Percy was loaded with fresh coal, and his fire was soon burning nicely. It wasn't long before his ice mask melted away.
Like that.
"So Scary Jack Frost is only frost," puffed Percy happily, and soon
Hey.
he was as warm as toast.
Look, if you've seen Frost's friendship in Mortal Kombat 11, you realize he can be scary. Does a figure skating routine and then starts spinning around and then her head stands still. It's that was a half hour well spent. I'm kind of curious though, because Shunting things were. I'm kind of curious where. Because this is kind of like shake out this week here. Was it Thomas and Friends, Wonders of Sodor? It adds 4 additional one. Okay, so because of the shunting issue, the shunting nonsense. You know what? Let's see. Let's just chill out there. It's like, so we might be able to get like, because there are actual, like, some character achievements if you complete like 5 services. I'm guessing routes. Phillies are up on the Giants, 6-4. Dude, that's a nice crystal clear lake. Water reflection. You actually got the tree line reflection going. And I'm making that comment, pointing that out because it's not often you see that in most games. But there to be like any effort for water reflecting off the water. Hell, you'd be lucky to see smoke on the water. Bow, 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 bow. That felt reaching. It was. It's like, we reach, I'm short. We have to make big reaches. I just realized something I have to do this week is to get like the weed trimmer. Is it out? Try and get the yard under control-ish before it gets out of hand. It's dark in here. Seriously, the fact that they actually shove you back, they change the camera angle on you, and you have to have your head in the train car. That makes you wonder, it's like, what happens if there's obstruction there? So let's see. Definitely doing Thomas and Friends tomorrow. Wednesday, Power Wash Simulator 2. Thursday, I believe, is the first of the festival events for April for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. And then Friday, we got, whatchamacallem, backyard baseball. Hey. We stopped there and they want me to go in reverse. There better be a damn good reason for us going in reverse. It feels like we're going backwards. Why? Yeah, because we started the season. I looked it up and so like the season was only like 14 games and then it's playoffs. I figured, okay, we can at least try and do a season of it. See if we can actually get like, you know, win the league championship or something before we move on from it. Get some, you know, get some like extended play. Wait. Hold up. Oh. we're able to stop there. Free roam. I just noticed here. Oh, okay. These are the start. Okay, so these are the scenarios and stuff. All right, so they're okay. So how do you tell where the collectibles are? Those are the indicators of the. Yes, you can actually roam around this place. Okay, not too. Wait, what did I bump into? Oh, we found stuff. So yeah. So again, there is more to this game than meets the eye. So yes. Start the Thomas and Gordon scenario. Yeah. First class engine. Yeah, those are all the things. This should what the Shunting challenge, which takes place over there. All right. So there you get the free roam and things to find, and this might be something I work on off stream in terms of some of its achievements. But anyway. Oh, okay. And they track complete 5 services as Thomas, 5 as Percy, 5 as Gordon, 5 as Emily, 5 with Nash. Find all of Mr. Conductor's hats, the paint hang all of the paintings. Find every book from the Railway series. Find all the guard whistles, complete. And you can ride Topham's hat out of the parking lot. Yeah, because you got Birdie is in this game, and Birdie's a bus. Shouldn't that kind of be like its own little thing? But let me. Yes, the Phillies beat the Giants. So there you go. So we got more Thomas and Friends tomorrow. More stuff with James. We'll like finish off the James DLC, and that's what we will count as towards the moving on from it. Because technically speaking, the Shunter Showdown was done. We lost. we lost that challenge. So all right. So let's see here. Opening the journal. So let's see. Today was okay. Wait. Thomas Friends backyard baseball. Oh no, the festival event isn't until the 16th and the 30th. I'll double check. To be sure. So we'll do more Thomas and Friends tomorrow. Could have lost that loving feeling. Well, you never close your eyes. Oh, shoot, I should know it. Like, damn, I don't want to look up the lyrics. I should know it. I should know it off the top of my damn head. Power Wash him to Friday is the 10th, so that's backyard base. And we definitely do Thomas and Friends tomorrow. Finish it up. We might move on from it. And again, Saber has a lot of stuff to do on the back end of it, off stream, because yeah, those shunting puzzles will take a while just to figure out how to do them, and they need you essentially need you got to be quick, gotta be like Sonic. So we might be doing we might do Overwatch on Thursday. And I gotta see if there's something I can knock out maybe on one night for Saturday stream, or just mess around with something random. But let's find someone to raid. Yes. You know what? We're gonna go drop in on friend Scape together. They're playing Final Fantasy 14 online. They are very good people. They can be very silly. They are indeed a chaotic bunny, and we like chaotic bunnies. Uh, and so we got that, and then oh no, and then so we got Thomas tomorrow, Power Wash on Wednesday, and there we go. So with that said, Fizzer, thanks for hanging out, and also thank you to everybody else who was hanging out throughout the course of the night. Much appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Tighten your friendship bracelets. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow for more fun on the rails. Good night, folks.